Candlekeep Mysteries is an anthology of 17 mystery-themed adventures written by members of the Dungeons & Dragons community. Each adventure begins with a book that the characters find in Candlekeep, an enormous library located on the Sword Coast in the Forgotten Realms setting. You can adapt the adventures in the book for other settings by substituting any library, or you can have your characters stumble across the books, creating a side quest for your current adventure, which is exactly what I did with the Book of the Raven, an adventure designed for third-level characters. In the case with my party, the book was delivered to them in the middle of the night with a strange raven relentlessly pecking at their window, pointing at a mysterious black book sitting on the inside of their windowsill. This raven actually contains the restless soul of a dead girl named Haluth, who is driven to find anyone willing to help her evict the current squatters of her home, which is an old, worn-down hunting lodge known as the Chalet Brantifax. Haluth was able to steal a journal along with a detailed map from the intruders that are currently residing there. Unbeknownst to her, those trespassers are actually were-ravens, a family of planar travelers that are attracted to shadow crossings, which are known as portals that lead to the ghastly realm of the Shadowfell. Understanding the dangers that accompany these crossings, the were-ravens take great steps to keep any magic items out of evil hands by stashing them in secret places. These were-ravens call themselves the Scarlet Sash, and they are only trying to figure out how to deal with the growing evil presence lurking in the graveyard of the chalet.
Hello?
The Scarlet Sash are wary of visitors and will avoid contact and attempt to frighten away anyone by mimicking specific sounds outlined in a chart for DMs to follow. If the party is able to find them, they will revert to humanoid form and converse with the group, explaining their situation. They assume the party is here to either loot the chalet or use the shadow crossing. Now to begin the adventure. Once they opened the book, a mysterious treasure map filled with landmarks fell to the ground and they were instantly off to see what destiny had in order. I recommend making the journey to the chalet around 2 days travel so that the party expends some resources and properly plans their meals along with camping equipment for one night. This is also an excellent opportunity to have the party converse and speak to their backstory for a brief minute while you, the DM, can generally describe the landmarks listed in the book as you show their progress on the map. And to conclude the journey, I also recommend having them camp and then be interrupted by a pack of hungry wolves equal to the party's number.
I've got you.
Just to spice things up a bit. The Chalet Brantifax stands atop a high hill overlooking a fog-shrouded scrubland. It has brick walls, sturdy wooden doors and floors, but the elements have gained a foothold over the years, causing plaster to peel, wood to rot, and clay roof tiles to break, leaving holes in the roof of the attic. During the day, skittish ravens can be seen perched atop the chalet and on the tombstones in the graveyard nearby, while at night, lights can be seen moving within, clustered mainly in the upper stories on the tower. The front door of the chalet is unlocked and opens to the cloakroom. Rusty iron hooks line the walls of this entrance foyer, and hanging from these hooks are a shovel, rake, and a dusty cloak. One of the pockets contains a rusty key. A flight of stone steps descends from the cloakroom into a storage cellar. Thick cobwebs cover crates, barrels, and old furniture stacked against the north wall. To the south are a pair of closed doors, but a change in air pressure causes one to open, carrying the whisper of a voice with it. Characters with a passive wisdom perception score of 14 or higher are able to make out a man's voice whispering. However, to all others, the whisper is unintelligible. Following this whisper will lead party members to a damp, cold, circular room with a 4-foot diameter well in the middle of the floor. A wooden bucket fastened to a coiled length of rope sits next to it. The bottom of the well is veiled in darkness, and from its depths, a whispering voice says, "Bjorn, where are you, boy?" The death of Bjorn, the Baron's beloved mastiff, led to the Baron being beset by spells of sleepwalking, during which he would wander the halls looking for his lost hound. It was one of these nights that the Baron fell to his death and drowned in the well before his servants could get him out. Anyone who is brave enough to explore the bottom of the well and spends at least 15 minutes searching will find a holy symbol of Soon, the goddess of love and beauty on a golden chain. The Baron's spirit is much too weak to manifest physically or cause any harm. The other door in the storage cellar is closed and stuck. A successful DC 13 strength check will enable a party member to force open the door, revealing the cold, windowless living quarters of the house servants. From the cellar through the cloakroom leads to a den, where dusty sheets cover most of the room's furnishings. Cobwebs stretch across the hunting trophies mounted on the walls, and a pale rectangle above the large fireplace suggests that a picture or mirror once hung there. A short hallway connects to the dining area, leading to a circular chamber at the base of the tower that contains a large oak dining table, surrounded by numerous high-backed chairs. A fireplace set into the wall is blackened by soot. Leaving the dining area, a door in the hallway opens to a well-stocked kitchen, showing clear signs of use, with another door leading back into the den. A creaky wooden staircase with a beautifully carved banister climbs to a landing outside the parlor. The centerpiece of this parlor is a gold inlaid low table, around which a handful of overstuffed chairs and sofas are neatly arranged. A staircase in the northeast corner ascends to the second floor, and several dusty sheets lie in a small heap nearby. A study sits in the northeast corner. Against its west wall stands a handsome desk, while two leather padded chairs carved with images of wolves and stags face a fireplace. The desk is locked and the key is missing. A character can use an action to try and pick the lock, doing so with a successful DC 13 dexterity check. Or a character can smash the desk's lock, revealing a journal inside. A narrow, spiral staircase choked with cobwebs winds up the east wall leading to the attic. Dusk blankets everything in the peaked room, including a stone hearth in the middle of the north wall, an oval mirror mounted above it, and an oval rug on the floor. Against the west wall, half hidden behind a curtain of cobwebs, is a bed for a young child, a rocking chair, a shelf lined with dolls, and a wash basin. The owner, Baron Brantifax, had two daughters, both of whom tragically died young. Sylphine, their firstborn, was bedridden, having been born with terrible physical deformities. Haluth was slain by a wolf on her 9th birthday while hunting with her father. If the characters disturb any of the dolls on the shelf, the spirit of Sylphine manifests in the room as a poltergeist that uses the Spectre stat block, with the modifications in the variant poltergeist sidebar that appears alongside the stat block in the monster manual. Sylphine will attempt to frighten away the characters and discourage further exploration of the nursery. On the other side of the second floor, two guest rooms with similar furnishings are side by side in the northwest corner, both not used in years, as evidenced by the thick dust and cobwebs covering everything. Another spiral staircase is at the end of the hallway, leading up to the other half of the attic. The door that closes off this room from the staircase is stuck, having swollen in its frame.
Allow me.
A party member can shoulder it open with a successful DC 13 strength check. Two gaping holes in the peaked roof expose this attic to the elements. Shattered clay roof tiles, splinters of wood, dry leaves and bird droppings cover the floor, which has begun to rot in several places. The rafters are home to several birds' nests, and two wooden bed frames stand against the north wall.
What's this?
Built directly into the window box is a wooden storage trunk sealed with a rusty padlock, which can be opened with the key found in the cloakroom. A character can use an action to pick the lock using thieves' tools, doing so with a successful DC 12 dexterity check. Inside, they will find Baron's studded leather armor and helm, along with his hunting gear. This wardrobe is used by the Scarlet Sash to hang up their robes before taking raven form.
I would rather eat a snake than fall prey to the trappings of the civilized world.
As the party enters the next room, a bird flutters through a hole in the roof of the attic. The smell of rot accompanies some old furniture and hunting trophies, along with 3 valuable paintings and a broken mirror worth 50 gold pieces each. Heading back downstairs, across from the guest rooms, is the spacious master bedroom which belonged to the owner Baron and his wife. A 4-poster bed stands against the south wall. The bedposts are carved to look like stags and wolves, much like the furniture seen earlier. A stone hearth sits between an old dog kennel and a dust-covered desk.
Look, I found something.
Characters who search the room for secret doors find one along the southwest wall. The bedpost closest to the secret door can be twisted counterclockwise, revealing another large circular room within the tower. It is evident an explosion of some kind damaged the 2 uppermost levels of this tower, creating a large hole between them and covering the area with soot. A curved wooden staircase that once rose along the outer wall has been destroyed, leaving no easy way to reach what remains of the tower's topmost floor. All that's left of the staircase are a few jagged shards of wood that jut out from the wall at different angles. It is here where the squatters, also known as the members of the Scarlet Sash, gather to hatch their secret plans. And it is here where your characters will likely encounter them.
Greetings and salutations.
The characters soon discover that the skittish ravens they saw perched atop the chalet earlier in the day were actually were-ravens. Were-ravens live and travel in groups called kindnesses. The Scarlet Sash have hidden a statue of Orcus enchanted with magical properties and accused the party of having intentions to loot the chalet or use the shadow crossing located in the graveyard. A 7-foot-tall wrought iron fence encloses a small graveyard south of the chalet. Set into the north side of the enclosure is a gate with the name Brantifax worked into an arch above it. In the yard are 4 graves, each marked with an engraved headstone. The party can use the shovel found earlier from the cloakroom to dig up the graves if they desire. Buried 6 feet under each of the 4 headstones is a rotting corpse or something more terrifying. A few years ago, a hag had stolen Hiluth's corpse and replaced it with a scarecrow along with 2 crawling claws that will try to murder anyone who releases them. After Sylphine was interred, her grave became a shadow crossing, a gateway to the Shadowfell. To use this gate, party members must open her grave and remove her coffin. In the darkest hours of night, fog leaches into the open grave and fills it. Any creature that lies down in the fog-filled grave at night is instantly transported to a similar dug-up grave in the Shadowfell. 2 gargoyles roost atop a stone mausoleum located 30 feet north of the Shadow Crossing. They have an unobstructed view of the entire necropolis as they guard the portal below. If the gargoyles are destroyed, or if the characters move more than 30 feet from the Shadow Crossing, 12 ghouls hiding in the open graves converge on the party. A wight named Drovath Harn inhabits the mausoleum atop which the gargoyles perch. Drovath wears a ring of jumping that he uses to leap onto the rooftop from where he can pick off enemies with his longbow. Beyond the mausoleum's unlocked iron gate lies a central chamber strewn with the skulls and bones of 3 war horses that were entombed here with their riders. 2 of the 3 sarcophagi are closed and contain inanimate bones. The 3rd is open and is now empty, having previously held the bones of Drovath Harn, the White. A hidden compartment in the base of the open sarcophagus can be found with a successful DC 13 Wisdom Perception check. It contains Drovath's Saddle of the Cavalier. If the saddle is taken from the mausoleum by anyone other than Drovath, the skeletal remains of the horses animate and rise as 3 warhorse skeletons. Thankfully, the characters can use the Shadow Crossing to return to Chalet Brantifax's graveyard, but only in the gloomy hours of the morning. However, the Scarlet Sash will fill Sylphine's grave, holding no hope for the character's return. leaving the party to roll a successful DC 13 Strength Athletics check. If they fail, have the were-ravens rescue them just at the last second. The kindness quickly extend their gratitude and are friendly towards the characters that are eager to hear about their experience in the Shadowfell. This creates a rare opportunity for a character to become a member of the Scarlet Sash by becoming a were-raven as a possible hook for your next adventure.
Don't give me those eyes.
This concludes the Book of the Raven, a D&D community-created adventure featured in Candlekeep Mysteries, and will reward the party with approximately 4,500 experience points if most of the creatures have been defeated. Using Wizkids Warlock tiles, along with their D&D Icons of the Realms minis and mats, I'm able to recreate most of the official D&D maps to actual scale. Almost perfectly replicated. At the end of the day, I'm extremely happy with the end result, using the Warlock tile gaming system developed by Wizkids to replicate official D&D maps. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to stick around for my speed build, and thanks everybody for watching.